I'm Mike with Advanced RV, and I'm standing in front of Moksha. Moksha is a B Box about ready to ship to Canada. The philosophy of the B Box is that we have the same footprint, height, width, and length of a van, but with a lot more interior space. There's about 8 inches more width inside, 10 gallons more of fresh water, about 15 or 20 gallons more of gray and black water, big batteries, and very highly insulated and sealed. Tanks are insulated and heated. This is really a vehicle for all seasons. This has been a really fun project with a lot of customization, and hope you like it. I'll just talk a little bit about some of the things that I think are really cool about Moksha. This ceiling, and when we come back out, you'll see it goes down the front divider. We did some innovation on the privacy curtains so that they're insulated, but they cover the seats. So if you turn the seats around, you have the cab area as a general hangout area. Big table with leaves that folds out of the behind the driver's seat.
So in the design of the truck, we had to leave this space here, but I'm just going to deploy this table because I just want you to see how nice this actually works. So we're just going to flip it up like that, and then we grab this part of it here, and it lifts up, and then it kind of flips down to clear. And then what we do is we pull out the support, and then this flips down, and then we flip it over, and you've got a pretty large work surface here. And I could actually probably do my SolidWorks here. So if I was on the road, this would be a great place to do some work. And it's a very sturdy table. We built in adjustability, so if you want to raise the table up or down, if you're not comfortable with this, if you'd like to lower it down a little bit so the table can move up and down. This was customer driven. They really wanted this workspace. And above the workspace, we've got an outlet and a USB port. And then there's a little shelf here so you could put your phone up here or whatnot, whatever you wanted to do up there. And then kind of this section leading into the restroom is you've got this overhang which builds in the medicine cabinet.
Big bathroom, big space, wider space, and this still has the extended shower curtain, which when the door is all the way open, comes out, and the shower curtain goes out around here, comes back in at the lower door, which is split. Custom medicine cabinet with spring latch doors. This is all done in-house, white powder coat. And it's huge. It's deep enough for toilet paper or whatever. Another mirror in here that goes all the way down to the sink, stainless sink and counter, matching the stainless counter in the kitchen.
This truck has got, like you said, a lot of infrastructure, but it's built in behind the wall, and it's all behind this section here, and all their plumbing's behind that, and this plumbing is underneath here. You know, if this section here removes, and you can service your drain. It looks big, everything's kind of hidden away, and also this medicine cabinet gives you this extra storage space.
There are a lot of different choices for toilets in a motorhome, especially in a Class B. Most of our clients want a flush toilet. The toilets are ceramic, they use a minimum amount of water. We try to create a design where the toilet discharges directly into the black tank. We do use macerator toilets if somebody wants a bathroom that's somewhere other than over the tank. But fresh water, 50 gallons, gray water, 27.5, black water, 27.5. It's valved, so you can put a 3-inch hose on for continuous discharge, or you can open the valves on both tanks and combine for about 54 gallons of combined gray and black. A lot of flexibility in how you use it, and a lot of capacity. With the 40-gallon tanks and the vans, Marcia and I get a week and a half to 2 weeks before we have to change tanks. So with 50 gallons, I'm sure 2 weeks is realistic if you take Navy showers. Big, cool bed in here, all the way to the wall with these padded extensions. But these padded extensions give you a way to hook in sheets. There's room all the way around to put a fitted sheet on the bottom. Underneath the bed, underneath the mattress, is storage. And it's a lot of storage. I think I could crawl in there. We could probably get 2 people in there, but it's a lot of storage with gas shocks, latches. The latch goes down. There's a handle built into the mattress, and it comes back down just like that. You'll see there's a step here, and then underneath the bed is room for, in the rear, at least 2 bikes of any type. One thing I didn't mention, these folks like their coffee. Custom grinder and an espresso machine, and it's on a slide out counter. Everything is solidly there, and the counter does latch in place so that when you're operating, when you're moving, it doesn't come in and out. There's a rubberized floor on the bottom of it. A lot of storage, big, deep cabinets here. More space than Marcia and I would ever use. And this space has 4 outlets for 110, and then there are other outlets in the back. The lights to operate all the lights in the van, including the overhead reading lights. Big cabinets over the sink. And then if you did have something that was longer here, these are all connected, but there's a division enough between them. But this saves weight and also gives you the flexibility of combining the running. It has a purifying system. There's 2 particulate filters and a carbon filter, along with a UV sterilization system, and it comes out the fresh tank, and it's under a separate faucet socket. And this is something pretty cool I've not seen before. You press a button, the microwave comes open, press that, and it opens up, and it does microwaving. It probably does other things too, but I don't know exactly what they are. But
it's designed to be mounted inside of a cabinet. Now, generally, your cabinets in your home are a little bit larger, a little more space. So this galley houses this microwave. It also houses the heating system for the truck. It also houses the water filtration system for the truck. It also houses the air intake for the cooling of the battery compartment electronics. So there's multiple ports, there's multiple air exchanges and transitions, and then there's the microwave cooling that has to go on. So, not only is this a great microwave, but it's the things that are going on behind the scenes, which makes this really a neat place right here. In this truck, like I said before, through the galley, we draw fresh air. And depending on what's actually, which way we're actually pushing the air, that air makes its way through the electronic compartment underneath this storage chest that's here. And then if you notice up on the top here, there's venting. And so this is actually the cooling for the refrigerator. There's fans for the refrigerator. And then depending on how we're running the fans, this will either naturally convect heat out the top if the fans are not running. And then when we meet a certain temperature, it kind of does the opposite. It'll pull fresh air from here and then blow it down and cool the refrigerator and push air into this chest, underneath the chest area, and then out the galley area. Another cool feature that this truck has is the air exchanger. And so if you notice back in that corner, we've got our CO2 meter. It's actually on the wall, and we're looking at 1,350 parts per million for CO2 right now. Right now there's nothing running, so it's just you and I sitting in here. Here's the controls for the actual air exchanger. So what this does is it runs 70 seconds. It draws fresh air in from outside, and then it pushes it out this vent. And there's another vent on the floor here. So it does pushes out air there, and it draws air here and exhausts it outside. So then it changes after 70 seconds. So what I'll do is I'll just turn this on high, and then you'll start to see that your CO2 numbers should start to come down a little bit. This is not only an air exchanger, but it's a heat exchanger. So when it's really cold out, this is supposed to temper the air a little bit, so you're not getting 10-degree air blowing into your truck. It's located under the truck, and it's ducted to these 2 places here to kind of balance and spread the air around a little bit. This Isotherm refrigerator is the double door, and I think this is the first time we've used it in a B box. But it's a great refrigerator. I just think it makes a lot of sense. You've got a refrigeration on this side, then you got your freezer on this side.
This is a hanging panel for, we think, plants are going to go on here. Shades and screens. Shades are blackout all the way down. Screens can be part way up, or you can open the window and not have either. On all the windows, including the rear window, which is huge, you can sleep with the window open. So that's a quick run through on Moksha. I'm really excited about it. I think it's beautiful, and hope you enjoyed it. These clients are avid cyclists, and so in the configuration, they said they wanted a slide-out drawer here for their bicycles. And I was in here on a Saturday kind of messing around, and the client's bikes are here. So I put the bikes in and realized that the bikes would go right in here with the front wheels on. But that wouldn't happen if we had that 1 inch or whatever that we needed for the bottom shelf. We got back with the client and said, hey, how would it be if you were able to put your bikes in here for storage with the front wheels on? They said, that's pretty cool.
The bikes are kind of staggered. The one is back farther than the other one just a little bit. And I'm going to guide this right back towards that seat holder, and she'll slip right on there like that. We get the front tire loaded in, and then I'll grab the other bike. We're just going to gently move the bike into position here. Once you get the front and the rear lined up, just a matter of getting it clipped into place. So what we got is these bungee cords right here, Mitch. And they detach like so. And what we'll do is we'll just take a loop around. Another loop, and they slip in and this just pulls the bike back and pulls it against the holder. And take the other one, same thing. And there you go. So what we have, Mitch, is we have the rear seat holder, and the bike's being pulled back, and this is pretty sturdy. It's reconfigurable, so if you wanted to do a mountain bike, you could do bigger tires. This whole spacing is designed for the standard fork mount, so we gave the customer a lot of flexibility with this one. Not only do we have 2 bikes, but there's plenty of room for gear. And so what we've done is we've installed the airline track, and we've got adjustable mounting points that you could ratchet, strap things down. You could put coolers, you can strap things against this wall. We've got a double track system on that wall, so you could secure things vertical. We know the customer in this particular situation is going to do a lot of 4-season activities, skis, rafting activities. One neat feature that this customer was interested in was a towel holder. And so what I did was I came up with an adjustable bar that swoops down so you can put your wet gear and your clothes onto this holder. What I've used here is it's called 80/20. It's an extruded aluminum product. If the customer wanted another set of these, this towel bar in another place, that would be easy to add onto. And one of the other features is that, you know, this was a cold storage area, so we decided to put a little bit of heat in here. So we've got 1 fan and then a port, and so we can just lightly circulate the residual hot air from the battery compartment and just keep this space a little bit warm. And this lighting control panel's got all the outside lights, and then there is some interior lights, and then the garage light. I want to talk a little bit about the door itself. So these are kind of what you consider an RV hatch door. I went on 1 extra step and I added double latches so that this door I know would be extra secure. On the back of the truck here, we've got this really nice aluminum ladder. And so this is something we custom built in-house just for this truck. On the top of the truck, there is a diamond plate strip. It kind of looks like an air landing. The customer wanted a place to possibly bolt down or strap down a kayak or a raft. So you got some places for strapping. I'm really happy with the ladder. I think you can jump right under the bumper and then climb up. I'll demonstrate. It's really easy to get up here. And so the ladder is quite strong, and I was really happy with how it turned out.
Moksha, which we're standing in front of, The client wanted a very specific paint.
So this paint here was actually a client-driven paint. They wanted a Desert Storm tan, and they actually found the mil spec of the paint that didn't do me any good. I didn't know what those numbers meant at all for mixing it, but I found a manufacturer that makes the paint with that mil spec.
And Mike, I've seen a lot of paint jobs, but as I watched you guys do the prep and the paint for this, our guys do it, all the doors came off, the hood came off, everything came off, all the sills are painted. It's essentially a factory paint job.
So if you look under the hood, aside from the actual firewall, it looks like a factory paint job. All the gaskets were pulled, the wipers were pulled, so the firewall, the underhood is all painted to match the exterior.
And then how about cleaning? What have you found?
So we actually called the manufacturer and asked if they had a recommended cleaning solution, and they said no, try some stuff and let us know how it goes. So our thought is that we're going to use just some Dawn dish soap to break up any oils on it. I've also actually wiped spots off with lacquer thinner, and it just doesn't even phase it.
And then talk a little bit about the black. It's a unique finish as well.
Yeah, so this here is a texture coat. So it's the same material top and bottom.
So that's a urethane as well?
It's a urethane, yeah.
So Mike, how do you feel about the next client that wants a polyurethane mil-spec paint job like this?
You're asking me at the wrong time because I was just here till about 9 o'clock last night painting that one.
Well, this is awesome. Thanks for your amazing work.